What's going on YouTube? Just want to do a quick video here about the Sun mining platform. I haven't been on all that long, but I've been seeing a few videos and I've been reading some things that I don't think accurately represent the platform. I will say, let's see here, you can see that I got started on the looks like the 9th of December. So again, haven't been on the platform all that long, but long enough to see the whole thing execute, and thus far everything seems to be working as advertised. The main portion of the platform here, you can see, monitors your day-to-day profitability. You can see some of these fluctuations. This fluctuation right here was actually just an increase in mining difficulty, and then this larger increase in profitability was an additional investment that I made. And you can see these slow slopes. I've been actually just rolling over most of my investments back into the platform. And then this last downturn here, for people who may be new to the platform or just getting into it, this isn't anything to be concerned about. Before it actually compiles your profitability for the day, you'll see this little dot show up down here, and when it actually compiles it, it'll place it on the graph to show your actual profitability for that day. So this is your daily breakdown. You got hash rate schedule, which is more of a minute by minute or hour by hour breakdown. You can see that that remains more or less constant throughout the day. You have the ability to add additional capacity here. One of the critiques that I saw by someone who was claiming evidence that Sun mining was a scam, and I think there is a healthy amount of skepticism with all of these mining platforms. It's in many cases there's not a great amount of transparency, and you're investing at your own risk. Return on investment on a lot of these platforms is in the 3-month range right now with the current value of Bitcoin. So again, invest at your own risk. But thus far, I have to say my impressions of Sun mining have as a whole been very positive. Something someone was discussing earlier regarding balance, and I'm not going to have much in here right now because I just recently rolled it over, but you can see this shows your remaining balance. If I wanted to reinvest this 3 cents, I could do it. I'll wait until this next day ticks over. But this investment account, this is important. I saw a video here of someone who was saying, oh, I've reinvested $4 or $5 and I haven't seen any increase on my hash rate. I'm just going to jump back over here and show you real quick. This right here, this current hash rate, he hadn't shown any increase in his hash rate, even though, just for demonstration's sake, I'll show you guys. So you see this 3. If I click this reinvest, again, there's not much really. It's added that to the prior total. This is not automatically invested. This basically locks in whatever the dollar value amount is. So a good idea is when you see a nice spike in Bitcoin, that's the time to reinvest. You can let it stack up in your account here, and then when you see a nice spike, you can reinvest it. That locks it in at a certain dollar value here, and what that allows you to do is then reinvest from this account. So if I were going to add some additional capacity here, I could come over and choose to select a different package. Let's just say I was going something small, which would be an $18 package. So I do need to accrue in my balances here, in my reinvestment account, I do need to accrue that $18. Then when I go to purchase a new capacity, come under here, if I were to select the 100 and continue with this process, it will give me the option to pay this total directly from my investment account, as opposed to having to send in a new transaction across the Bitcoin network. A couple positives there is, one, you're avoiding the Bitcoin network transaction fees, which as of late have been rather elevated, as well as I know a number of other people have touched on this, but in the interest of fairly representing the platform, when you go to move money from the Sun mining platform into your own personal wallet or what have you, they do charge they charge 1/1000th of a Bitcoin So at its current rate, that's sitting at about $14 or what have you. It can automatically transfer that, and it will do so if you leave your wallet plugged in every time you generate 1/100th of a Bitcoin. So the breakdown there ends up being a 10% charge. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and let that value stack up in there, and then do a transfer, whatever rate you feel is reasonable, but so as to not incur quite so large a fee. That's one option there. So I mean, overall, feel free to leave any questions you may have in the comments section. It's pretty straightforward platform. One other important note. I have to say that a couple people mentioned really poor support on the platform as far as getting in touch with their support department. I've been in touch with their support department on 2 separate occasions. The first was when I was originally setting up my account. I had sent them my initial, which would have been this payment here, my initial payment, which was just a small one, just to test out the platform and make sure everything was operating okay before I invested more money into it. And upon confirmation of my order, I still wasn't seeing any activity. I was still showing 0 gigahash up here. And I started to get a little bit concerned, so I contacted their support. I have nothing but good things to say about their support. I received an email back within about 2 hours, and they just informed me that it took a little bit of time for the system to tick over. I ended up calling it a night, and the next morning everything was immediately operational. And the second one was regarding a friend of mine who was interested in signing up, and I just had a quick inquiry regarding the referral program, just ironing out some details. Again, within the same day, I received an email back. It wasn't within 2 hours on that second turnaround, but a very reasonable turnaround on the support team. So to date, I don't actually have many negatives to say. Again, I don't think things are always as well broken down on the platform or as well described on the platform as they should be. But hopefully this sorted out. Like I said, the one major misnomer that I had noticed was in the balances with the reinvestment account. That's an important note because I got hung up on the same thing. I had done a reinvestment and immediately was scratching my head as to why that wasn't registering. So any reinvestments do need to be paid from that account. So just so everyone knows, if you're interested in getting into the mining game, again, invest at your own risk. Don't invest anything that you can't afford to lose. But for my 2 cents, so far, Sun Mining Platform has done everything that it's advertised. I've been went into it with a fair amount of skepticism, and thus far I have been pleasantly surprised. Anybody who's interested in getting signed up, I've got my referral link in the description. Do me a solid and use my referral link to sign up. Anyone who's signing up at the 1,000 gigahash package or above will be entered into a drawing to receive $100 worth of Bitcoin. So if you're getting in the Bitcoin game, or if you've been in the Bitcoin game for a while and you're looking for a new platform to do some mining on, check out Sun Mining. Last note, I am in no way affiliated with the Sun Mining platform other than what you can see here. I have no ownership in it. I had seen some information that I think ran contrary to my experience and just wanted to give my 2 cents. There's a healthy amount of debate and skepticism about these types of platforms. So I hope this video was informative and helpful, and hope to see you on the platform. Thanks a lot.